Get yourself in trouble on those shows?
The only I would say that the first time I did Johnny Carson show, I was kind of nervous because I mean it was Johnny. Yeah, it was 1988 too, and the first guest was Bette Davis. Yeah. And I decided, being a cocky nutmaster that I am, that it would be kind of funny to do Bette Davis to Bette Davis.
Oh no, that makes sense.
So Bette had come out and she'd killed. She'd done the unicycle bit. She'd done all her stuff. It was '88, and she did the place. Look at how they move, you know. And so I came out, and Bette was here, and I came out, and I sat down, and I turned to her and said, "And what a pleasure to meet you." And she had no idea who I was or how I sounded. She thought that was my voice. Why shouldn't she? Said, "Thank you."
So far, so good.
So I'm doing with Johnny, and at one point Johnny asked me to do Ed Grimley, and I was doing Ed Grimley. Now this is Bette Davis, not looking at me like doesn't have a clue. I was saying, "Oh yes," and I turned to her and said, "Oh, Miss Davis, I suppose it isn't very decent meeting you, I must say." And I extended my hand, and she didn't take it. And I kind of went back like that and wiped away. And then later on, I did Jerry Lewis. I was doing Jerry Lewis, and I decided that, I was getting cocky, and I said, "Hey, so John, it's exciting to be here. Hi, Bette!" And that shocked me.
It even startled you.
Yeah, and she just sat like this. So finally, and I was doing some impersonations, and finally, you hear from the side sheet, you hear, "Do you do me?" Now, I'd done her, you see. So I turned to her and I said, "Well, you're not that easy to do." And she said, "Then skip it." And, I think she knew, though. I think she was putting me on.
Yeah, probably
she was actually very, very hip and sharp.
Yeah. Let's see.